Hello class 9. Let's solve the exercise of linear equation in two variables from your Ncert. In exercise 4.3 question number 1, draw the graph of each of the following linear equation in two variables. First one is x plus y equals to 4. We can write this equation in terms of y. So we'll get y is equals to 4 minus x. And if we put different values of x, we will get consecutive values of y. So it can be observed that for x equals to 0, y will be equals to 4. For x equals to 1, y equals to 3. And for x equals to minus 1, y equals to 5. So these are the solutions and this can be written in this tabular form. So minus 1 and 5, 1 and 3, 0 and 4. We can also write it in forms of ordered pairs. So the graph of the above equation with coordinates a 1 minus 1 comma 5, b 1 comma 3 and c 0 comma 4 is constructed as follows. So we'll draw it in the graph. Obviously, we'll take the graph, draw the x-axis and y-axis and write down the scale at the top right corner. For this case, I have taken one small division as 1 unit. Now we'll plot the points which we have got, point A, B and C over here, and we will draw a straight line through them. So the straight line here represents the linear equation x plus y equals to 4. We can write down the name of the coordinates as A, B and C over here as well. The second part of question 1 says to draw the graph for the equation x minus y equals to 2. So we'll consider y is equals to x minus 2 as the equation in terms of y and put various values of x. So let's put x equals to minus 1 and for that y is equals to minus 3. For x equals to 2, if we calculate, we'll get the value of y as 0 and for x equals to 0, we'll get the value of y as minus 2. So these are the solutions and these can be written in the tabular form like this. So for x, minus 1, minus 3, so minus 1 here and y equals to minus 3. For x equals to 2, y equals to 0. For x equals to 2, y equals to 0. And for x equals to 0, y equals to minus 2. So we'll write so. Next, we will write down the coordinates as we have got and plot it right here. So we are plotting the scale. We have taken one small division as 1 unit and then plot the points. After plotting the points, we can also label them with the names given here and now join all the points with a straight line. This straight line represents x minus y equals to 2 and the points on it are all which satisfies this equation. The third part of this question has the equation y equals to 3x. So it is already in the form of y equals to something, that is in terms of y. So we'll not make any changes. We'll simply put different values of x, say x equals to minus 1 and get the value as minus 3. For x equals to 1, y equals to 3. And for x equals to 0, if we put 0 over here, we'll get y equals to 0. So these are the solutions. Let's write it in the tabular form. So for x equals to minus and y equals to minus 3. So minus 1 and y equals to minus 3. 1 and 3. So x equals to 1 and y equals to 3. And here 0 and 0. So equals to 0 and y equals to 0. So we will write these values in the coordinate form or in the ordered pair form and then plot it in the graph. So we have drawn a line through it. So it is also passing through the origin. In the fourth one, 3 is equals to 2x plus y is the given equation. If we write it in the form in terms of y, we get the equation as y equals to 3 minus 2x. And we can observe that for x equals to minus 1, y is equals to 5. For x equals to 1, y is equals to 1. And for x equals to 0, if we put it here, y will be equals to 3. We can write the values in tabular form and then write them in ordered pairs. So we are giving individual names. For question number 1, all the graphs can be drawn in a single graph paper. Again, we have taken one small division as 1 unit, plotted all the points, we know how to do it, and now join them with a straight line. So this straight line represents the linear equation 3 is equals to 2x plus y. In the second question, they have asked us to give the equation of two lines which are passing through the point 2, 14. How many more such lines are there and why? It can be observed that the point 2, 14 satisfies the equation 7x minus y equals to 0. We can try it out. If you put 2 in terms of x, so we'll get 2 into 7, 14 minus 14. So 14 minus 14 will be equals to 0. Since it is satisfying this equation, therefore we can say that this is a solution of this equation. Another one can be also written as x minus y plus 12. If we put the value of x as 2, y as 14. So 2 minus 14 is minus 12. Then plus 12 will be equals to 0. So this is also an equation where this particular point lies on. We can write the equation of our own choice. The only condition is that it should satisfy the equation. Therefore, 7x minus y equals to 0 and x minus y plus 12 equals to 0 are two lines which are passing through the point 2, 14. For the second part of the question, as it is already known that through one point, infinite number of lines can pass through. Therefore, there are infinite lines of such type which are passing through this given point 2, 14. Question number 3. If the point 3, 4 lies on the graph of the equation 3y is equals to ax plus 7, find the value of a. Simply we'll put this values of x and y in this equation and we will get the value of a. Here putting x equals to 3 and y equals to 4 in the given equation, we'll get, this is the given equation, 3y equals to ax plus 7. So 3 into 4 equals to a into 3 plus 7. Calculate further, we'll get the value of a as 5 by 3. Question number 4 says, a taxi fare in a city is as follows. For the first kilometer, the fare is rupees 8 and for the subsequent distances, it is rupees 5 per kilometer. Taking the distance covered as x kilometer and total fare as y kilometer as rupees y, write a linear equation for this information and draw a graph. So the total distance covered is equals to x kilometer and the fare for first kilometer is given as rupees 8. So let this be the distance covered. Let this be the first point and this be the destination point. The total distance is x kilometer. Let the first kilometer be rupees 8. So how much more distance is left from this total distance? So we have covered about 1 kilometer with rupees 8. So the remaining path is x minus 1 kilometer. This total is x minus 1 kilometer. So this remaining path is x minus 1 kilometer. For the next part, it is given that the cost of the taxi will be rupees 5. Again, for the next kilometer, it will be again rupees 5 and so on. So, for the remaining distance, we have x minus 1 kilometer. For each kilometer, it will be rupees 5. So for 1 kilometer, if it is rupees 5, then what will be the cost of x minus 1 kilometer? Definitely 5 into x minus 1. So just multiply the value. So for the first kilometer, the fare was rupees 8, and for each 1 kilometer, the cost is 5. So hence, the total cost will be the cost for the first kilometer plus the cost of the remaining kilometers. So the total fare is rupees 8 plus 5 into x minus 1. So this is our linear equation. Let us take the total fare as y, as it is given in the question as well. So y is equals to 8 plus 5x minus 5. If we solve it further, we'll get y is equals to 5x plus 3. Hence, in general form, we can write the equation as 5x minus y plus 3 is equals to 0. It can be observed that the points 0, 3, 1, 8 and minus 1, minus 2 satisfies the above equation of the table. So we can form a table directly from the given equation. So if we put the value of x as 0, we'll get the value of y as 3. Again, if we put the value of x as 1 in this equation, so 5 into 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. So y is equals to 8. Again, for x equals to minus 1, we'll get y is equals to minus 5 plus 3, that is equals to minus 2. So from this table, we can write down the ordered pairs 0, 3, 1, 8, minus 1, Now let's plot these points on the graph paper. So on the graph paper, we will plot the x and y axis. We will write down the scale at the top right corner. Here I have considered one small division equals to 1 unit, and then plot the points. This is 0, 3, this is 1, 8, and this point is minus 1, minus 2. So we have to join the lines or join the points to form the line. But here it can be seen that the variable x and y are representing the distance covered. So this distance is the distance covered and this is the total fare. So for each kilometer, how much fare is paid, that is represented in this given equation. Hence, only those values of x and y which are lying in the first quadrant will be considered. So we cannot take any value as negative, we cannot take the distance as a negative value, and we cannot take the fare as a negative value, because fares cannot be negative, right? We are paying something, it is always a positive value. So that means that all the points that will be on this particular line for this situation will all be positive. Both the coordinates will be positive. Therefore, all the points will lie in this first quadrant. So hence, when we will draw the line or join the lines, only the points which lie on the x and y axis and the first quadrant will be drawn. So this is the line which represents our equation according to the given question. Thank you. Hope the video was useful. Bye bye.